I really don't need to hear "I told you so" right now.
All you're gonna hear from me is I hope you're okay.
I'll be alright. I just feel so stupid.
You're not stupid. You're trusting and a good person. That's what separates you from people like her.
Like, I appreciate it, but I still can't believe I let my guard down like that. You were right about everything.
We'll make her pay for this. I promise.
Welcome to a special live edition of Women Who Fight, covering all the fallout from SmackDown 1500. There is certainly a lot to cover.
Well, let's start with the fact that there's a new WWE champion thanks to the actions of Brooklyn Von Braun.
We can only speculate at this point, but it looked like Brooklyn and Samoa Joe might have been planning this for quite a while.
Well, I want to hear an explanation from Brooklyn, and knowing her, I'm sure we will, but it doesn't take a genius to connect the dots. This was a setup. And I think it started with Brooklyn teaming with Trey in the Mixed Match Challenge in order to earn his trust.
Yeah, looking back on it all now, her sudden change of heart was just way too good to be true.
Look, this might be controversial, but you have to applaud Brooklyn in some way.
What? Why?
Because she came into Red and Trey's domain and in just a short time managed to pull all the necessary strings to not only embarrass them, but also position herself as the most powerful woman in WWE. Like it or not, that's impressive.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's how I'd describe it. Deceitful? Maybe vile? Perhaps, but impressive? No.
Look, you're obviously biased towards Red and Trey since they're longtime WWE superstars. And when an outsider from MMA comes in and dominates them at their own game, it doesn't sit well. I get it.
That's not what this is about. It's about right and wrong.
No.
And Brooklyn is clearly wrong here.
No, I don't think it's that simple.
Oh, whatever. I mean, lost in the shuffle of all of this is that Red announced she wanted to bring back the Divas Championship, but was informed that it was already spoken for.
Well,
and we'll speculate on what that could possibly mean when we come back.
Well, maybe we can have a bias-free discussion on that. Maybe.
Welcome to SmackDown Live, where hopefully we're about to get some sort of clarification from Brooklyn Von Braun on last week's shocking turn of events.
I am a big fan of movies. Mostly the ones I've starred in, but there are some other ones that are okay too. But in any film, my favorite part is always near the end when the villain explains their big evil plan, going over every single detail of how they pulled the wool over the stupid idiot hero's eyes. But in movies, this usually allows the hero time to escape or stop the bad guy in some way. But I'm not gonna be stopped. See, I already destroyed your idiot hero last week with the help of Samoa Joe. So now, I have all the time in the world to walk you through every single detail of my brilliant scheme. Like I said, this is my favorite part. So here we go. When I was GM, I brought Samoa Joe back fully knowing what his plans were for attacking Trey in the best-of-5 final and costing Red her title. In fact, I helped make those plans myself. Then, I gave Trey a title match against Adam Cole just so Joe could eventually take it from Trey. Sorry, Adam. After that, I inserted myself into the Mixed Match Challenge as Trey's partner to earn his trust, giving me the opportunity to teach him the secret coquina clutch escape. Only when Joe got it on Trey, and he thought he had it all under control, those ankles weren't crossed, were they? Because it wasn't a secret anymore. I told Joe exactly what to expect, and Trey never had a chance. Now, unfortunately, to make Trey and Red think I had changed for the better, I did have to donate a bunch of money to an animal shelter. But don't worry, I purchased the shelter, kicked out all the disgusting animals, and I'm turning it into the newest location for my tanning salon chain, Brooklyn Von Brown. Which, if you ask me, is a lot more to serve the community. So right about now, your tiny brains are probably asking, but why, Brooklyn? Why would you do all of this? I did this to maintain the hierarchy. To show Red and Trey that despite what they think they've achieved in WWE, I'm the star and they're the losers. Just like it's always been. And that will never change. Anyway, I've spent way too much time talking about those rejects, so let's discuss what's next for the American hero. New trademark lawsuit pending. Well, I have some big news to share. I'm a champion. You see, I recently talked to WWE management about bringing back a title from the past, and they agreed I was the perfect superstar to award it to. So I'd like to present to you your new WWE Divas Champion, me.
You've got to be kidding me. I guess this explains why I was told to inform Red that the Divas Championship was already spoken for.
You know, maybe in the future, Trey, you should be a little more careful about who sees your phone. You never know what they could find on there. Like maybe even a copy of a list outlining all their friends' dreams and ambitions.
Clearly, Red has heard and seen enough.
Oh, she should be mad at her friend Trey for letting all this happen.
Let's go, right now, you and me.
I'm a prize fighter, and considering I've got the prize, I decide when I fight. So run along. Maybe there's something else you can cross off your list, like find someone who will take me out on a date, or fix my jacked up teeth. Those are real things on her list. I saw it.
I'm coming for you and that title.
Look out! This is getting out of hand.
You wanted this? Well, now you got it!
Thankfully, Trey is here to put an end to this.
It's Samoa Joe. Where did he come from?
It's obvious Brooklyn and Samoa Joe are always 2 steps ahead of Red and Trey.
And now Brooklyn is going to force Red to watch her best friend get destroyed by Samoa Joe yet again.
He's suffered enough. Come on, don't do it.
No!
Trey might be seriously injured. This is bad. While Trey's condition's unclear, one thing is, the duo of Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe will annihilate anyone who attempts to get in their way.
So what's the verdict?
Nothing too serious. I'll just be out a couple weeks.
You're lucky. That could have ended your career.
It would take a much worse attack than that to end my career. Or being offered the hosting gig on America's Next Top Hand Model, which is the best show on TV, hands down. See? I'm a natural. So, are you mad that Brooklyn saw the list on my phone?
I was, but I think I'm over it, considering you almost got snapped in half trying to help me. Besides, I just found out next week I have a #1 contenders match for the Divas Championship. So I'm still gonna cross it off the list.
Good. At least one of us will be in the title picture.
What do you mean? Aren't you gonna use your rematch clause when you heal up?
I would if I had one. Turns out one of the other loose ends Brooklyn took care of before she stepped down as GM was removing the rematch clause from my contract. So if I want another shot at Samoa Joe, I'm gonna have to earn it just like anyone else.
I know you can do it. But first, you need to focus on getting better.
I guess it's just like on America's Next Top Hand model when Andrea jammed her finger playing volleyball and lost the Christmas engagement ring campaign. It took a lot of hard work and moisturizing, but in a couple months her hand was back in top form and she booked the Valentine's Day spot, which was way bigger than the Christmas gig.
I must have missed that episode.
I can get you a copy. I have every one of them saved.
I think I got the gist of it.
Your loss.
Listen to this crowd, guys. They're fired up for this one.
As well as they should be. This match has instant classic written all over it.
Earlier today, guys, she told me just how proud she is of what she's done in the ring as of late.
But if I know her, Michael, she's not even close to being satisfied. You can bet she has plenty more she wants to do over the course of her career.
It's boss time! And here comes Sasha.
And her opponents, first, from Boston, Massachusetts, Sasha Banks!
Hey, Cole, is it still boss time? Heck yeah!
Sasha Banks is a multi-time women's champion and was one half of the inaugural women's tag team champions. Now that is a boss.
You should get one of those rings that say Braves on it like Sasha has. I'll pass. The captain of Team Kick. Don't let the appearance fool you. Dakota Kai will kick your face clean off your head.
From Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai!
I gotta admit, in short order, I have become a huge fan of Dakota Kai.
She's been on WWE's radar for a long time before being signed to the NXT roster. Traveled the world over. When it comes to legitimate, tough women, Dakota Kai's at the top of the list.
And many idols that she looked up to in sports entertainment, including one of her favorites, Finn Balor.
The powerful Nia Jax.
And from San Diego, California, Nia Jax!
One of the most dominant women in WWE history. Physically unparalleled in the women's division, Nia Jax has imposed her will on everyone that steps in the ring as opposition. An incredible pedigree for success for Nia Jax. She's accomplished so much in her young career in WWE. The sky is the limit. She has the pedigree. Nia Jax. If you're just joining us on SmackDown Live, this fatal four-way match will determine the #1 contender for Brooklyn Von Braun's WWE Divas Championship.
Yes, you heard that correctly. Brooklyn petitioned WWE officials to bring the Divas Championship out of retirement and award it to her, simply out of spite towards Red.
The Divas Championship actually holds a lot of personal meaning for Red, and it was one of the final milestones she wanted to cross off her list.
You two are acting like Red's been barred from ever holding the Divas Championship. She still has that opportunity if she can win this match and then defeat Brooklyn Von Braun.
Stomping down! What a forearm! Look at Sasha Banks dishing it out.
The boss in control.
What a counter. Bang, nice contact there. Inside the ring now. Got a step up Enziguri right in the ear. And it looks like this one's going out to the floor. Dakota Kai into the cover. You're not going to get her that easy.
Still a lot more fight left.
Knee right to the gut. Wrenches the arm.
Drop kick hits the mark.
She's looking a bit out of it here.
Oh, man, nasty kick.
Oh, no, we've got a problem here, guys.
The Fatal 4-Way match works like this. 4 superstars are in the ring all at once. There are no countouts and no disqualifications. You have 4 superstars who are throwing down in the ring all at the same time, and they can fight anywhere they want to. It's mass hysteria.
Boom, a forearm smash. Sasha Banks pulls off the counter. Neckbreaker. Ouch. Setting up for the...
Nia Jax able to avoid damage there.
Head over heels. Yeah, incredible. Oh, look, look, here we go.
Rope breaks the hold there.
Russian leg sweep. Got to keep your head on a swivel in the Fatal 4-Way. You never know where the attack's going to come from.
Yet another counter.
It's like they're both somehow one step ahead of each other.
Oh, my God. Oh, she turns it around. Knee right to the gut. What an elbow drop. A schoolboy. Here we go. Interesting. There's the kick right to the midsection.
Nia Jax able to avoid damage there.
Boom, running STO plants him.
Nicely done.
Set up. There it is. Shining Wizard.
Gosh.
Oh, man. Probably not going to win for a couple hundred years, Byron. You know why?
Heavy duty right hand.
She's taken to the floor when she can be ever so dangerous.
In control here with a swinging neck breaker.
Textbook. And no luck against Nia Jax there.
It's a way to reverse. Interesting. There's the
Luther press. What a series of strikes from one of the most prolific strikers in the game.
And she's back in the ring now.
backslide. Could this be it? Kick out.
Just needs to do more damage.
Corbin's the Shining Wizard.
Call your friends, let them know what's going on right now in this awesome match.
Oh, now it's the boss with a little smack talk. Nia Jax able to avoid damage there.
Solid contact from Dakota Kai. Technical prowess from Nia Jax. An impressive series of moves. Looks like nobody's budging, Cole.
Sasha Banks being overwhelmed here.
Nia Jax in a leg drop. Thunderous leg drop. What? Calling an audible now.
Why? She can end it here. Why? She had it right where he wanted her.
Down to the floor. What is the... Changes her fortune there.
Another big move.
Backstabber. Ouch.
The W is well in hand.
Yeah, that had to break a bone.
Careful mat slam. Oof. Can't find it. Great counter. Impressive in-ring IQ on display. Sleeper slam. Oh, it didn't go as planned there. Whoa, it's another reversal. Big time lariat. Starting to fire up. Where is this superstar getting this from? This is incredible. Evading possible disaster there. In a bad way here, guys.
Kick to the gut. Here's the setup.
Nia Jax, big move coming. And no good ever comes of this. Oh, a drop in, shoulders down. The pin's broken up. She's activating beast mode.
Nia Jax able to avoid damage there. Look at this. Nia Jax is letting everyone know exactly how she feels.
Up and around, down with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. To the outside, back into the ring. Straight punch. Jarring. Technical prowess from Nia Jax. Like a guillotine. Cover here. The pin's broken up.
Set it up.
Ooh, just relentless. Face first. Interesting, there's a backslide driver. You know what they call that? Something no one would ever do to me. Wow, I am impressed.
I think the crowd knows what we're about to see. Powerbomb.
What a great move.
Will Dakota Kai even... Your winner of the Fatal 4-Way.
Here is your winner, Emma Walker.
Huge victory here in this fatal four-way match.
These four girls fought their hearts out, Michael, but in the end, only one was the victor.
And by the sound of this crowd, I'm not sure this is who they...
At the Royal Rumble, the WWE Universe will witness a night of firsts. It'll be the first time the WWE Divas Championship has been defended in nearly 15 years. and it'll be the first time these two longtime rivals step inside the ring and face each other in a one-on-one match. So ladies, all that's left is to sign the contract and make this unprecedented night official.
Byron, as former GM of SmackDown Live, I conducted quite a few contract signings, and let me just say, you're doing a terrible job. You didn't even give me a chance to embarrass my opponent.
Sorry.
Now, Byron mentioned this is going to be the first official match between Red and I, but we've had our share of fights over the years. So I wanted to take the WWE Universe back to when Red and I were in high school to see actual footage from our very first fight. Well, it was really more of a one-sided beatdown. This is what happens when you mess with the captain of the wrestling team. What are you gonna do? Hit me with a steel chair? Put me through a table?
I'm going to get help.
Everyone already knows Hothead Red, but let me introduce you to her best friend, Trey. Get it? Because he busted his butt on a lunch tray. Now her face matches her nickname. Hothead Red. Hothead Red. Hothead Red. Hothead Red. Hothead Red. At the Royal Rumble, our next fight is going to end just like they always have. You, on the ground, screaming in pain, tapping out to the biggest crossover star in WWE history, the American hero, Brooklyn Von Braun!
You know, I heard a rumor that you were going to show that footage tonight. So with that in mind, I actually got a gift for you.
That's cute, but I don't put that high fructose trash in my finely tuned body.
It's not going in your body, it's going on your body.
Of course, Hothead Red loses her temper. Red's going to get revenge for their high school encounter.
Not if Brooklyn has anything to say about it. The old cell phone video didn't do it justice. It's even better in person all these years later.
Brooklyn may have won up Red again here tonight, but these two lifelong rivals will finally settle their differences once and for all at the Royal Rumble.
I wrote a special song for the Royal Rumble. Want to hear it?
Not really.
Well, I'm going to play it anyway. Well, I've been searching all these years for a sign to show me the way. But it was right in front of me, and he went by the name of Trey. You see, this man's been lucky his entire stupid career, so I knew if he could succeed, I had nothing to fear. Tonight I outlast 29 men so I can get my shot at the gold. And then the universe walks with Elias in the greatest tale ever told. So what do you think?
I think you're going to have to rewrite your song after tonight.
So what number did you get for the Royal Rumble match?
2.
Oh, well, that's a really tough draw, but I'm sure lots of people have won from that spot. Wait, is that piece of paper with your number on it folded in half?
Oh, yeah, it is. It's not 2, it's 23.
Okay, now I like your chances a little better. Not that I was doubting you before.
After I win the Rumble, I can't wait to watch you put Brooklyn in her place once and for all.
She may have gotten the better of me in the past, but tonight's different. She has to step into my ring.
Yeah.
My only concern is she might pull something cheap, like having Samoa Joe get involved.
I'll make sure that doesn't happen. By the way, have you seen Sin Cara? I think I owe him an apology.
Why?
When I thought I drew number 2, I may have thrown a slight tantrum and damaged his mini trampoline. I'm not sure he even knows how to get into the ring without that.
I think he'll manage for one night. Besides, we have bigger things to worry about.
Okay.
Coleman, it's almost time for one of my favorite days of the year.
National Kazoo Day?
Okay, that is a great day, but I was actually referring to the Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah. Right. Are you in it this year?
Nah, unfortunately, I'm not. I've been nursing a bit of an ankle injury, and old Buzz doesn't recover quite as quickly as he used to back in the day.
Cool story. No one's buying it. So when should I expect you to be out there? Early on, or maybe as a big surprise near the end?
I'm not in it, I swear.
I've known you for like 15 years now, and I know when you're lying. You have that tell where you touch your face.
We're talking on the phone. How would you even know if I touched my face?
I heard you do it with my bionic ear.
You don't have a bionic ear.
I've considered getting one.
Anyway, since I'm definitely not in the Royal Rumble, I'm going to predict Adam Cole to win it all. I think he's determined to get back in the title picture after his last run ended at the hands of Samoa Joe and Trey. Who do you got, Cole?
Buzz?
Seriously? Look, for the last time, I'm not in the Rumble.
I just heard your hand brush against your face. You are in the Rumble. I knew it.
Let's take a break from all of this.
Been unsuccessfully trying to eliminate Otis for quite a while now.
He's going to need to eat a lot more steaks and lift a lot more weights if he wants to throw Otis over the top rope. Adam Cole from behind, and he eliminates both of them.
And now Adam Cole is all alone in the ring, giving him a chance to catch his breath before the next superstar enters.
Here we go. Who's it going to be? It's Sinclair!
Wow, what just happened there?
His trampoline exploded. Is he okay? Considering he just hit the apron rib first at full speed, I'm going to go with no.
Unfortunately, it looks like Sin Cara will not be able to compete in the Royal Rumble match.
I guess we're moving on to our next entrant.
It's Trey.
Adam Cole can't wait to get his hands on him.
These two certainly have some unfinished business as Trey defeated Adam Cole for the WWE Championship thanks to Samoa Joe's interference. The Royal Rumble match has such a rich history. Almost 1,000 competitors, but only a few dozen winners over the last 30 years.
I understand a superstar's excitement in competing in the Royal Rumble match, but it's so important to conserve your energy.
I have to agree with you, Corey. On the other hand, superstars know this is where they can become legendary.
Remember, one of these competitors will go on to WrestleMania to battle for the championship of their choice. Punch. His offense is on point right now.
Seth Rollins has been eliminated.
Who's it going to be, fellas?
Here he comes, and he's got as good a chance as any to win this thing.
Maybe a better chance, if you ask me. Oh, such a dynamic maneuver from Elias.
And again, yet another counter. No, another reversal.
Neither one of them are willing to give an inch here. Big reversal. Who's going to enter next?
Saw that one coming. Things are about to get interesting now.
You can say that again.
Drop kick! Great athleticism. Now trampling the opposition. Discus lariat.
That was nasty.
German
suplex. Nice right hand. What a punch.
Big E has been eliminated.
Uh-oh.
We're going to see it.
Power. Sit out. Power bomb. Oh, and he can definitely make a difference here, guys. Without a doubt. Boom, right to the jaw. Oh, you can pick up your teeth in section 112.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elias has been eliminated.
Straight punch. What a punch. Boom.
Velveteen Dream has been eliminated.
Which superstar is this going to be?
Heading to the ring with a purpose.
Boy, that's the truth.
Trap the arm. Into the neck breaker. Boom! Did you hear the impact? We're moments away from yet another gladiator entering the Rumble. And here's Kevin Owens. Straight punch. Jarring. He's certainly looking in command at the moment.
This is what he feeds off of.
Drop kick. Great athleticism. Drop kick.
Oh, great height. We're about to get another one.
Turn out the lights. Oh, no. Someone call the orthodontist.
The new Daniel Bryan has been eliminated.
Back inside the ring.
Oh, heavy duty right hand.
That's a shocking
Kevin
elimination
Owens
if you ask me.
has been eliminated.
Brain buster. Punch right to the face. Oh, right to the
Ricochet has been eliminated.
Bray has won the Royal Rumble and will now go on to fight for a championship at WrestleMania.
Wait a second. Why is the countdown clock starting up again? The Rumble's over.
Apparently there's another entrant. Hold on, it can't be. Is that who I think it is?
No way.
It's the President of the United States of America. President Rock is in the Royal Rumble.
This is unbelievable. We all thought the match was over, but I guess there are 31 entrants this year.
That's the President. He can do whatever he wants. We're all witnessing history. For the first time ever, the President is competing in the Royal Rumble. And Trey has to beat him to go to WrestleMania.
Over the years, there have been numerous surprise entrants in the Royal Rumble, from returning superstars to legends and even celebrities. But none of them were bigger than this.
Surprise factor aside, what can we expect to see from President Rock tonight? I mean, as of late, all of his fierce opponents have been of the political variety in Washington. What kind of fighting shape is he in? Just look at him. I don't think he's missed a workout the entire time he's been in the Oval Office. In fact, I heard half of Air Force One has been converted into the top-of-the-line gym.
And don't forget, Trey's already been in the Rumble for a while. The President's completely rested.
You two may be right, but we're about to find out if our Commander-in-Chief has what it takes to win the Royal Rumble. He's one step ahead there. Great technical know-how on display. The Rock turns it around. He might have been waiting on that one. Not where he wants to. Aren't any more surprises this time. It's official. Trey has won the Royal Rumble and will compete for a title at WrestleMania.
I still can't believe what we just witnessed. This is going to make headlines all around the world.
It looks like the president's not finished with Trey. Trey has earned the president's seal of approval.
Maybe he's in line for a cabinet position.
Let's not get carried away, Saxton.
He should at least get an invite to the White House.
You know the president for a long time, Cole. You been to the White House yet? No, but he's a busy guy. I'm sure he'll get around to inviting me. Anyway, congratulations again to Trey on this history-making night.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for the WWE Divas Championship.
It's the American hero, Brooklyn Von Braun. Here we go, gentlemen. Huge title match coming up.
And a huge opportunity for the champ to prove to everyone that there truly is none better in all of WWE right now.
Introducing the challenger from Brooksville, Florida, Emma Walker. And introducing the champion, she is the WWE Divas Champion, Brooklyn Von Braun.
The historic Divas title may have a new owner tonight. The match with nearly 2 decades of build-up has finally made it to a WWE ring. It's Red versus Brooklyn Von Braun.
Until recently, I would have thought Red had the advantage with Brooklyn Von Braun stepping onto her turf. But Brooklyn's transition from MMA to WWE has been virtually seamless. Yeah, it's very similar to how quickly Ronda Rousey was able to get acclimated in WWE.
With that being said, tonight's outcome is extremely difficult to predict, as this might be one of the most personal conflicts we've ever witnessed.
Harsh impact. to the leg sweep. Oh, man.
She's looking relentless now.
She's taking command of the situation.
5, 6, 7.
Well scouted reversal there.
Here she goes, back in the ring now.
She ducks out of the way there.
Wow, what a sequence. Oh, a flurry of strikes. Bionic elbow.
Right to the forehead. Again, the women's championship is on the line.
2.
Some might consider just getting a title opportunity as a success, but I assure you, this superstar will settle for nothing less than taking home the gold.
Oh, targeting the stomach.
Out of it in the corner.
She returns the favor there. Vicious shoulder tackle in the corner.
Oh, an alley-oop bomb.
Setting up.
Boom, what an elbow. Elbow right to the back of the neck.
Oof.
The challenger not looking good right now.
She may have underestimated the opposition she'd face tonight.
And she's taken down to the mat. Red and Brooklyn are going back and forth, taking out years of frustration on each other.
Looks like Red's got the upper hand for now. Red with the tackle.
And now both women are down.
So far, these two have been matching each other move for move. One of them needs to somehow gain an edge.
And there you see Samoa Joe watching this heated battle.
I think he's headed out here to provide that edge Brooklyn needs.
Trey nails him from behind. He was ready to stop him.
This is the type of action I love. Personal grudges simmer, and then they finally explode backstage, and two superstars square off, looking to take each other out with whatever comes to hand.
Oh, enough is enough, Corey. If we let superstars make up the rules as they go along, we'll get nothing but anarchy.
Anarchy, you say? Sounds pretty good to me, Saxton.
Whew. That was just disrespectful.
Really just laying it in. Uh-oh. What a hurricanrana.
And no luck against Joe there.
And again, yet another counter. Whoa, shows no mercy.
And that poor chair. It looks like a twisted heap.
Doing some more damage here.
Michael, that is so dangerous. Whew.
out of the way. Clothesline takes him down.
Forget about it.
Saw what he had in mind there.
Straight jacket locked in. Boom, German suplex.
Ooh, clothesline!
Kick to the midsection, sunset flip.
Ooh. Trey manages to get Samoa Joe down, but for how long?
Wait, what's Trey doing?
I think he's going to put Joe inside the trunk of that car.
He's going to try to. Joe's dead weight.
Well, that's one way to stop Samoa Joe from interfering.
Yeah, assuming that trunk is strong enough to contain Joe and his enhanced arm.
It looks like it'll do the job, for now at least. Red and Brooklyn are finally recovering after we cut away to see what was happening backstage between Trey and Samoa Joe.
I'm just glad that thanks to Trey, we're going to get a definitive winner in this match.
Yeah, as long as one of them can make it back in the ring before the 10 count.
And they both do.
Neither of them are ready for this match to end.
For nearly a... submission move. And she lets it go.
I guess she figured she didn't have it locked in well enough.
No.
What a smash.
That is just insulting.
She steers clear there.
Had him scouted.
Running Hurricane Rana.
Yikes, that'll either wake you up or knock you out.
Ooh, treading all over their opponent.
She scores big with the counter. Look at this. Oh, man, that hurt. She's starting to drag a little bit.
She's not rising to the occasion right now.
Boom. She's not looking good here.
The first thing she needs to do is somehow get out of that corner.
No, another reversal.
Neither one of them are willing to give an inch here.
Not what she was looking for. Into a backslide in the pin attempt. And she kicks out with relative ease.
It's going to take more than that.
Look out here.
Belly to back suplex.
And the cover for the win. A kick out, and you can see the frustration starting to build.
Somehow she's still in this matchup. It's unbelievable.
Off the springboard.
Springboarding with the chop.
This match may be nearing its limit.
Yeah, this could be the end of the road for her.
Interesting. There's a...
That's gotta be it.
2 count.
Close call.
Nasty one right to the chest.
Hurricane Rana. She's been on the offensive for a little while now.
She's looking unstoppable, actually. Right on the arm.
Not good.
A running Hurricane Rana.
Eludes the attack. Oh, what a clothesline.
Forcefully delivered.
And she makes an escape.
Probably looking to catch her breath, I would guess.
Nicely done.
Back in from the floor.
Oh, nasty fall. An incredible combination.
On the apron.
Saw that one coming. Slam down hard. She can't take much more of this. It's going to be a minor miracle if she turns it around.
I gotta tell you, I thought she was done there.
Oh my goodness, this is not good. She's going to...
Ooh, impressive counter.
Oh, she turns it around.
Reverses. Can she take advantage?
Oh, what a crash.
To the outside, which will start the referee's count.
Great athleticism. She got out of the way there. Her evasion techniques are on point. Big boot. Boom! Face first. That is a great reversal. Oh, able to counter. Up and... down the hard way.
Oh, gosh.
Bringing it back into the ring.
She's got the shoulders down. Red has done it. Not only has she defeated the woman who's tormented her for years, but she's also achieved a childhood dream in capturing the WWE Divas Championship.
This has to feel like a giant weight has been lifted off of Red in so many ways.
And here comes Red's best friend to join in the celebration. Respect to Red for being able to achieve the seemingly impossible. This is truly a special night for her, both personally and professionally.